Home renovator Jasmine Roth started out customizing her own California home and soon rose to fame on HGTV with shows like Hidden Potential, Help, I Wrecked My House, and she even won season 1 of Rock the Block. Thank you so much for talking with us, Jasmine.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I like that intro.
You've done a lot of filming. Do you have a favorite project or funny story from set?
Okay, so I can't say a favorite project because people will get angry. But yeah, I mean, in all of these shows, the best part for me is this element of surprise, right? Because when else as adults do we get to have a surprise, like somebody saying, okay, here's your new house.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see the inside. Wow!
Oh my God!
God.
Making sure that that surprise actually happens is a big part of my job. And most people ask me this all the time. Where do people go when you kick them out of their house and you start renovating it? And most people go to their family, a family member's house or a friend's house, or they do like a short-term rental. So on one of my projects, my homeowners had bought their house because their parents lived literally like 4 doors down, like right up the street. And so when I kicked them out and I was like, you're not allowed to see your house anymore, they're like, well, we're staying 4 doors down. Like, how are we supposed to get there? And so we looked at a map of the neighborhood, and instead of the easy way into the neighborhood and driving past their own home to get to the house they were staying in, we made them drive all the way around the whole community and enter through the opposite side. It added like 15 minutes at least to every single time they came or went. But it was worth it because it was worth the surprise. And then that day when they finally drove up and they got to see it, they're like, okay, it was worth it.
Wow.
Which space do you think homeowners should update first?
I actually recommend starting in the main bedroom and the main bathroom, because what we don't realize is that our serenity and our sanctity and our ability to reset is usually in that space. But I can't even tell you how many times I've gone to somebody's house and I walk in and I'm like, this is great. Like, it looks really nice. And then you open the door to the main bedroom and it's like, whoa, what happened in here? Because it hasn't been touched in like 10 or 15 years.
I love that. Well, I know that you have just an adorable daughter, Hazel. What are your best tips for kid-friendly designs in any room?
We don't have to make spaces, whether it's a nursery or a toy room, a playroom, something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a space that an adult doesn't want to hang out in. Meaning, it doesn't have to be unaesthetically pleasing. So what I've been helping my clients with is figure out, okay, this is our living room or this is our playroom. How are we going to make it a space where the kids love it, right? They don't care. They just want their toys to be there. How do I make it so that I'm happy in this space and that the time I spend in there helps me recharge and helps me feel good and proud about my house? I've been using these beautiful light fixtures and just swapping out like an old light fixture with like a big, beautiful statement piece in a playroom or nursery can make such a difference.
So as a partner with Hunter Fan Company for the release of Hunter Lighting, what tips do you have for finding the best lighting fixtures suited for your space?
I mean, as a designer, picking lighting is challenging, especially I'm trying to help clients make their homes happy. And part of that is making the whole house feel like it's part of a project and not each room singularly, its own little project.
Well, speaking of matching styles, are there any styles or even materials that you're just loving these days?
Yeah, you know what I'm really liking, and I know this has been around for a while, but I really like brushed brass. This is something that I've just started using, and I'm using it very sparingly. So, for example, if I was designing a room, I might still do chrome doorknobs, chrome plumbing fixtures like the faucet and what have you, and then maybe even still chrome cabinet hardware, but then that one little pop, like something with the lighting, or even an accessory, that's in your brushed brass. So yeah, brushed brass is my jam right now.
Do you have a favorite DIY project of all time?
So many. Last season on Help I Wrecked My House, we used automotive paint, and we actually painted a refrigerator. So it was a stainless steel kind of run of the mill. It was a nice refrigerator, but my homeowner's style, she was a little bit more boho, a little bit more eclectic. She wanted something different in her kitchen. So we took her existing refrigerator, we took automotive paint, and we painted it, and it turned out awesome. So that's probably one of my favorite DIYs because it worked. It was a big gamble.
Speaking of, homeowners don't always have a big budget. Do you have a favorite inexpensive home upgrade?
You know, the easy answer to this question is paint. But I'm here to tell you that most of the benefit that you get from painting is what you do before painting and what you do right after painting. Because in order to paint, you have to clean up. And so I think people, you know, they get excited about painting and they start cleaning up and they start decluttering and they start getting rid of things. And that's actually what makes most of the difference.
That's so great. Well, thank you so much, Jasmine. This has been amazing talking with you.
Thanks for having me.